Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Canmake UV Silky Fit Foundation. I picked this up for my full face of Canmake and I was initially really drawn to it because of the packaging. I think it is absolutely gorgeous, but it also is a powder type foundation and I haven't tried a powder foundation in like years, but I used to use them all the time. So I was interested to see if the powder foundation would still work well for my skin, because they definitely used to, or if my skin was not really suited to powder foundations anymore. So the packaging was absolutely the draw for this. I think it's really cute. It's just that, yeah, I mean, you'll see. So the extremely long product description says, SPF 30 formulation blocks out the sun's ray throughout the year, prevents freckles and spots caused by tanning and sunburn, keeping your skin looking pale and translucent. Contains a powder that effectively disperses UV rays, blocking both UVA and UVB rays, has superb light transparency for a natural finish without the whiteness that often occurs when applying sunblock products. Oil absorbing powder absorbs sweat and sebum, preventing shininess and stickiness and keeping your makeup firmly in place. The powder clings tightly to your skin, forming a long-lasting protective membrane that is strongly resistant to water and sweat and which will stop your makeup wearing off. Contains plant derivative squalene to keep your skin moist and protect it from dryness. Even though it is a powder, the individual grains are moist, giving your skin a silky feeling. When you apply it to your skin with a soft fluffy sponge, you will immediately feel how it slips gently onto your skin. Light controlling effects cover imperfections beautifully. The soft focus effect covers worrying skin imperfections such as pores, dullness, fine lines and uneven texture. This powder comes housed in an absolutely gorgeous compact. It has a massive mirror, a space for the powder itself and a little sponge. The powder itself has a cute little pressed pattern which I think is really adorable. The included sponge does not work well with my skin and it really accentuates the texture of my skin. I have the lightest shade of the two colours and I find it a little bit too dark and a little bit too orange or beige toned for my skin. I compared it to my other pressed foundation, which is the Laura Mercier powder foundation in shade 01, which is about 6 years old and is insanely disgusting. Please don't judge me, but it does show the difference between what I would normally wear and what this shade looks like. I find for me the best way to apply this powder is with a big fluffy brush. I find that using sponges really emphasizes the texture on my skin and also just looks quite chunky. Using a brush definitely blends the powder better over the texture on my skin and creates a really lovely smooth finish. This powder does really cling to dry patches on my skin, so it's important to moisturize well before using the powder. I find the coverage of this powder to be quite light. It doesn't cover my freckles around my eyes, let alone any of my scars. It's hard to accurately show off the color of the foundation through the photos or videos because the camera tends to adjust the brightness so that everything looks the same, which is really great if you're taking photos of other things but not of your face. After 8 hours wear, this foundation isn't looking the best on my skin. My skin has produced a lot of oil, which is unusual since my skin is now more normal than it is oily. Along with the oil, there are some dry patches where the lines on my skin are really accentuated, like around my mouth, my eyes, and where there are normally fine lines, but are not usually as noticeable with good skincare and good foundations. The oiliness I can deal with because blotting papers are a godsend. But the lines make me look older than I am, and I'm just not here for that. Although the packaging is right up my alley, almost everything else about this foundation is not. I found that this foundation did almost exactly the opposite of all of its claims, which I think is really bizarre. In general, I've had pretty good experience with Canmake products so far, so for this to be such a fail for me is a surprise. I think that this is probably best for princesses that have non-wrinkly skin as well as non-oily skin and non-dry skin. So anybody who already has perfect skin, I would absolutely recommend this for you. But I found that it stuck to the dry patches on my skin. I also found that my skin looked oily at the end of the day. It stuck to any of the fine lines that I had and really accentuated them. So it's not a product that I would recommend for most skin types. So I guess I'd probably recommend it for teenagers with normal skin. Sadly, this foundation is just not meant for me, but I did enjoy trying it out nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching this review and I will see you next time. Bye!